Welcome to the third and hopefully final installation of winterizing the house for this upcoming year. It was suggested that I get some of this rigid foam board to put in the metal door, hoping that that insulation would keep some of that cold from getting in here, especially since the water is right here next to the door. So I've got a piece of that. I'm either going to be trying to get it to stay in with friction, or I might use some super glue. We'll just find out how that's going to work. And also, it was suggested that I try out a wireless thermometer that I could put down here next to the water, and it would give me information in the house about how cold it is down there, whether or not I would need to put a heater in. And so I contacted Lacrosse Technologies and asked for a sample of their thermometers, and they have sent me one. So we'll be testing that out here, and also look forward to a review of that product coming up pretty soon. I've been installing the doors on my workshop, and I put some of this rigid foam inside of those, hopefully to give the doors a little bit of insulation value. I think the 1-inch insulation here is an R value of 5 maybe, so better than nothing. So I'm just going to push this until it makes a score mark on the back, so then I know where to trim it down. I would like for it to stay in this door from friction, but that might be asking a lot. So let's see if I can get this cut with my dull razor knife here. Whew. That's a pleasant sound. I really do appreciate all the positive feedback on getting the house winterized here. As a first-time homeowner, there's a lot to learn, and so I do appreciate all of your input. Would have been worth my time to have gotten a fresh blade. Probably your time as well. Okay. All right, let's try this out. Hopefully, I didn't cut too much. Haha. Check that out. I think that'll stay well enough. And I think there's enough room down here that the latch will be able to still do its thing. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Now I wonder, maybe just tossing a quick piece of duct tape around the edge would hold that in there pretty good too. I know the fit of this door into the house spot here is rather tight, so I can't put too much, but I figured maybe just skirt the edge here. Maybe it'll still work. Not exactly sure how well that tape will stick to the metal, but it's worth a try, right? Perhaps the other side and then call it good. I don't really expect that adding an R value of 5 to this is going to be like huge, but who knows? On a 15-degree night, that might be all it takes. I've been coming up to the property here now for 3 years in the winter time, and of course we have the house now, so I'm here all the time, and I've never experienced it getting below 5 degrees, I think it was, which is still really cold, but it could be worse, like -20. That'd be terrible. Okay, let me pull this back here and see if it still fits, and we'll call this part accomplished. I think if we let Wally, he would live in here. I don't know why he likes it so much, but he sure does. Oh. Man, adding that tape, all it took to get this thing tight. I think that's all it's stopping it. Unless that foam is hitting something in here. Okay, stepping back to look at things, the lip inside here is actually sticking out about 1/4 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch, and the foam is hitting it here, so I'm going to have to cut back a little groove in here and then maybe retape it. So we'll see if I can get that to work. I'll tell you what, we've had some pretty serious fires here in North Carolina. It had not rained in several months, and then finally, in about 3 days, we got 5 inches of rain. So if you've been worried about those fires, they're pretty much out now. Okay, there's one strip down. Shaving off these edge pieces seemed to work out pretty good. I was able to get it closed. Now I think Ashley and I are about to go to town, but when I come back we'll set that thermometer in there and do some tests with that. It's been a couple days since I got the foam board installed on the door, and I've got the thermometer from Lacrosse Alerts. It was shipped to me as a free sample, so expect the review of this coming up soon. Let me show you what the display looks like here, and then I'll place this under the house, and tonight when it's 20-25 degrees, we'll be able to see how warm it is up under the house. This is a sensor for the humidity, H2O sensor, and then on the display here it will flash back and forth. Let's see, 37, dry, temperature is 37 as well, so humidity and temperature are the same. So let's place this under the house and see what it is tonight. Okay, I've set the thermometer here next to the tank that we got insulated, and let's see what it says here. Whoa, nothing. So dry, 38 already, and 54% humidity, so it's a little bit more moist down here, but let's go inside and get this hooked up to the wireless and make sure that it's working correctly. 39, already much warmer. Okay, I've given the sensor a little time to adjust outside. So it looks like it is 47 degrees under there. And let's see what my chart says. So it's gone from 45 to 47, which you can't see that, it's too bright. But here, yeah, you can. So 47 degrees right now. I set up the second sensor. Let's see what it's got here. Outside is 15.6 degrees. What was the inside here? 15.6 and 61 inside here. So, and that's of course on the ground where it's much cooler. So let me go into my phone and we will look at the values for down in the crawl space. Okay, I have two different sensors set up here. So let's look at crawl space, which is down below. So basically is 51 degrees down there. Okay, go back to here and look at the one here at the door. 61 inside, 15.8 down there. So the phone is definitely showing what the sensor up here shows. I'm assuming that the one down in the crawl space is 51 degrees. So that is certainly going to keep things above freezing. I assume it also means that we've got some kind of air leak down there, because that is some serious heat coming out for a crawl space. So we'll have to look into that later. It got quite chilly last night. I woke up and checked the log on my Lacrosse Alerts phone app, and it said the lowest temperature was 9 degrees. That's cold. Then I swapped over to check under the house here in the crawl space, and it maintained between 45 and 48 all night long. So definitely going to keep those pipes from freezing at that temperature. Now that may also mean that I have some kind of air leak in the heating system somewhere. May have to crawl up under there and search for that, but for the time being, that is certainly keeping our pipes from freezing. I know I'm going to do a more in-depth review of this thermometer, but if you would like to go ahead and check it out, I will place the link to the Amazon page in the description, and wait for the review to come up later on. So if you have any more thoughts on keeping the house winterized up under here, be sure to write those in the comments. Now, I also checked the humidity, and it was somewhere pretty consistent around 55 to 65, depending on the time of the night. So I was reading that anything above 70 you should be concerned about. You may start getting some mold or some issues that you don't want. So if it gets bad enough, like today, I probably should open those vents and let it air out for a while, because it's up to about 38 right now, so not too bad. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this short series on winterizing the pipes, and I definitely appreciate all of the positive feedback. With a new home, everything is kind of new to me, so all the input you can give, I highly appreciate it. I'm Seth Johnson with Land to House, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Well, stop, you're getting ready. No. Ew, don't do that. No. No, not you either.